special meeting. We were scheduled to have two public hearings from Down East Preservation, and they asked to delay that for another time. So I would need a motion. Do we need to do both of those at one time or do them separately?
I would do them separately.
Okay, all right. I'll need a motion to cancel the public hearing for a major special use application for Down East Preservation. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the next one is also a public hearing for Down East Preservation. And again, they've asked that we reschedule for another.
Mayor, make a motion to delay that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Would this most likely be at our next
Probably,
meeting?
I would think so. I don't know what the delay was about, but anyway,
Unforeseen, Corey let me know that they wanted to.
Okay, and then the next one, we have a public hearing, case MSUP 22-02. A major special use permit application from Cheryl Easton for the subdivision of a portion of a parcel into R20 residential from RA agricultural residential located at 1511 Paradise Road. The real property will remain RA. So at this time, I'll open the public hearing and Dwayne.
Yes, sir. This is, we have a major special use permit for a subdivision of a 45.35 acres of land on 1511 Paradise Road. Also have a rezoning for it. The major special use permit was to create, West Virginia, I got under the PDF, the one with the map. Yep. That's the parcel right there. What Mrs. Eason was wanting to do, she is the overseer of the Peggy D's estate. And so she's trying to basically come off of those existing rear property lines straight down to the southern property line to create 3 parcels there. It already has 2 existing homes on it. I guess this is two existing homes, single-family homes. They're wanting to separate those because obviously it was a family, and now because she has passed away, they wanted to create separate parcels. The rear of the property will remain agricultural. I believe it's something close to around 40 acres that will remain. But in order to do that, we had to rezone, which is the second item on your agenda tonight, to meet the square footage of each lot to be 20,000. We had to do 100 feet by 200 feet. So that's where that came from.
Is Mrs. Easton here?
No, sir. But the planning board did pass this unanimously, or recommended it to go forward. Yes,
Did
sir.
the animal hospital owners have any concerns about?
No, sir. They came to the planning board meeting. Their only concern, I believe if I remember correctly, they just wanted more information on it. Just basically see the map and everything. So
I did contact Chris Ford, and he said they had no concern.
So essentially partitioning the land in 3 for additional houses.
there's 2 existing houses and there's one in the middle that will be a vacant lot. And everything in the rear of that property will remain agricultural.
So are the 2 existing houses going to remain? What we're talking about is that lot that's in between the 2?
Yes, sir, there will be a vacant lot in between the other 2 houses, and then they will be their own separate lot.
Okay.
But, I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
So existing is just one parcel right now, it's going to be 3.
That's right, yes. It'll be 3 in the front for those single-family homes, and the behind parcel will be the agricultural.
And do you know anything from the presentation that was made at the planning board as to what type of houses, size, affordability, anything like that?
They would have to, it would only, if someone does build on it, it'll only be one single-family house, and they would have to meet all UDO requirements for setbacks
Okay.
and size of the house and everything.
So it wouldn't be like a development on that small
No,
piece of
sir,
land?
it would just be one single-family house if the parcel did sell. That would be addition to the other two that are already there.
Oh, so they're looking to sell it, essentially.
I believe so, I'm not, yeah, I'm not sure, but that's, I think that was the reason for this major special use permit.
Any further questions? Anybody here?
Yeah, I just got a procedural question.
Okay.
I think I'm fine with it, but I just wanted to say it out loud. We normally have the applicant here. It doesn't sound like it's overly controversial. You got two houses on either side, and the animal hospital is really the only neighbor. So I don't really have an objection in moving forward without the applicant here.
Is there anybody in the audience to speak for or against this proposal? Okay, hearing none, I'll accept the motion. Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right, the second one is from the same person, from Cheryl Eason, requesting to rezone property located at 1511 Paradise Road from RA agricultural residential to R20 residential. And the rear property, as Dwayne just stated, will remain RA. So we'll open the floor.
Yes, sir. The rear of the property, stated earlier, will remain what is existing as of now is residential agriculture. The reason why we had to go to R20 was to be able to meet the minimum size lots for that area. You go through the land use classification, basically states that it would be low density residential, which R20 meets. Let's see. Like I said, the reason why R20's minimum lot size would be 20,000 square feet, minimum lot width is 100 feet, which it would meet. So basically, when adopting or rejecting any zoning text or map amendment, the town council shall approve a brief statement describing whether its actions is consistent or inconsistent with an adopted comprehensive plan. In your package, you'll see that it meets that, and it has to meet the 4 criteria as described. For it would be not endanger the public health or safety, will not injure the value of the adjoining or abutting property, will be in harmony with the area in which it is located, and will be in conformity with the land use plan, thoroughfare plan, or plan officially adopted by the town council. So those are the 4 stipulations that
And
we
we
need.
need to do those one by one.
That's, I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay, any further comments, questions?
We can make a motion to do it all in one?
You have to do them separately, don't you?
That's the
Yeah,
way we've been doing it.
May I make a motion that it's not, this rezoning will not endanger the public health or safety?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Okay. Motion carried. Okay.
Mayor, I'll make the motion that the project as proposed will not injure the value of adjoining or abutting property.
Second, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, I make a motion that the property is in harmony with the area in which it's located.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, I'll make the motion that the project as presented will be in conformity with the land use plan, thoroughfare plan, and other plans officially adopted by the town council.
Second, Mayor.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So that's done. Okay. All right, the next one we have is the fire station deed transfer to Chuan County. And Dwayne, I'll let you take that if you will, please.
Yes, sir. On November 8, 2022, the Town of Edenton Council voted to transfer 3 parcels to Chowan County to assist with the USDA lending requirements for the John A. Holmes High School project. Since that time, 2 of the deed transfers are ready to transfer and for recording. However, the deed transfer for the Town of Edenton Fire Station proved to be problematic for 2 reasons. One, due to North Carolina General Statute lease and advertising requirements, and 2, due to the accelerated time from the design and building of a new fire station within lease time frame. The county manager, Kevin Howard, and town manager, Corey Gooden, have determined the simplest and cleanest transfer of the property will be to subdivide the fire station parcel into 2 sections and then transfer the vacant property to the rear east of the existing station to the county. It is recommended the council approve the subdivision of the fire station property and then transfer the property to Chowan County.
So you need a motion, is that correct?
Yeah.
Or can you vote?
Would, but just for clarification, and you and I had discussed this, so this action would mean we retain ownership of the front part of the fire station property where the fire station sits until further action. And we're just talking about that vacant piece behind the fire station.
The green area, the green space. Do you need a motion?
So moved, yeah.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, now we'll move into our committee meetings, and the first one is our administrative committee, and that's chaired by Councilman Hyde.
Thank you, Mayor Stallings. The administrative committee does have an update on the Confederate monument. Before I go into the update, I would like to clarify something if there's a misconception that anybody felt like this body misrepresented the public at our last meeting. I just wanted to say that we did not. We received information that we received in good faith that there was going to be a meeting on November 14th of the county commissioners at which this issue was going to be discussed. It later came to our attention that that meeting did not take place and that the previous resolution that the council passed earlier this year to attempt to relocate the monument at the back of the courthouse where some of the other monuments are is no longer a viable option. The administrative committee, in response to that and as a result of that, met last week, and the proposal that we're making to the full council is that we appoint a 3-person subcommittee to explore any and all options and to come back at our December meeting with at least 3 options for the full board to consider. And we've also asked that that 3-person committee, for the sake of convenience, just be the administrative committee, and that would be Councilman Bond, Councilman Miller, and myself. And so we met last week. We anticipate meeting 1 or 2 more times before December, and our goal is to bring at least 3 possibilities, maybe more, but we don't want to bring too many. Bring 3 possibilities at least for our discussion and consideration. And I will say that hopefully we'll move forward a little bit faster now that we know for sure that we're not going in that one direction. So that's our only report that we have tonight, Mayor Stallings.
Okay.
We need to approve that action.
We don't need anything formal. If anybody has any objection to, anybody have any objection to that, let's move forward in that fashion.
I would like to thank you for moving forward and bringing that up in December. That's, it does move us a little more rapidly to some conclusion.
Well, I don't want to need or have reports just to have reports, but I hope that we'll have reports on them on a regular basis, if not monthly, now that we're at this point. Amen?
Okay, well, you got one more.
I have one more on the administrative committee.
That's fine, that's good.
Okay.
Chief?
I'll gladly take it. Mr. Dixon's not here, that's the finance committee, and I think Virginia's here, he can help fill in the blanks on that.
How about number 2 under your,
Yeah, if I may, Mayor.
Yeah.
That didn't show up in my pen.
Oh, yeah?
We don't have a number two. We
Yeah,
don't have a number two.
We don't have a number two,
Oh,
but,
I'll speak on this,
yeah, I'll defer to Dwayne on that.
I was wondering why you.
Yeah, no, I was ready to move on to the finance committee.
I'm sorry.
It's not on our agenda, I apologize.
So it's the Human Relations Commission update, and Councilor Hahn may ask for any more details, but on November 10th, 2022, the Human Relations Commission met for the group's monthly meeting and asked to provide council with an update on the group's progress. During the meeting, the group accomplished 4 items for the upcoming calendar year. They are as follows. Number 1, the meeting date was changed from the 4th Wednesday to the 2nd Wednesday. Number 2, the bylaws were adopted by the group. Number 3, that the group considered filling the 2 alternate vacancies with the original applicants first before accepting new applications. If the original applicants were not interested, 1 new applicant will be approached. And number 4, that the objectives and initiatives from council would be worked on over the next year. So that was the update from the Human Relations Committee.
And we'll just forward that on to full council.
Right. Thank you.
Just for
Dwayne.
clarification, and I don't know if you know, the 2 alternates originally were Dr. Herlar and Dr. Bond. I think, well, the 2 alternate members of the commission.
I'm not sure.
So they would be coming on if they agree as full members, is that the plan?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm reading off the prompt, but yeah.
Cynthia's coming on board, so she's coming on board as a member.
I'll give you
And the other alternate is moved out of town, so they don't get somebody else in that other group.
Okay.
Okay, the next is our finance committee, and that's normally chaired by Samuel Dixon. And Roger, you will have, which one wants to take that?
Finance committee?
Mhm.
I'd be glad to take that, Mayor. The town manager has told all of us the vehicles used for meter readers or in disrepair and need to be replaced. And he has proposed that we consider 3 new meter trucks at a cost of, what is that, $123,000?
Yes, sir, that's all 3 of them, yes.
And I would suggest that we send that on to the full council for approval at the next meeting.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, and that concludes our agenda here. The only thing we got left now is we're going to close session to consult with our town attorney regarding NCGS 100-2.1, protection of monuments and for preservation of attorney-client privilege. So at this time, we'll close the meeting and go into
Need a motion? Need a motion?
I do.
Make a motion that close session.
Okay. We have a motion in a second.
Second.
Have a motion in a second.
Just our wonderful camera guy, that's it.
Okay. I would make a motion that we adjourn this meeting, Mayor.
Second, Mayor.
We have a motion in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Let's get back.
We're out.